Yeah, you already know. It's your boy Norman Fame.
And I'm King Ransom.
And this Fame4Ransom. We back at it for another episode. We got a special guest today, yo. Introduce yourself.
I'm Japiro. Been around here, Baltimore, always, every day, all day.
Already.
Sir.
So how we normally do it, we just recap the week, you know what I mean? Make sure everybody feeling good, you know what I mean? All that. Want to start?
I can start. I had a pretty good week. I didn't do too much for real, you feel me? I watched the verzuz. But, other than that, nothing too crazy. It's the norm.
That's what's up.
Like my man's Norman, the norm.
Yeah.
That's a bar. But
Niggas funny. Like I ain't been saying that.
a break from the norm.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what's up, yo.
How was yours?
My shit was pretty cool, yo. I ain't do too much of nothing, yo. I got Doug or Dog, depending on who you having this conversation with.
Depending on where you from.
Yeah. Niggas be on your back. You have a what?
You
Yo,
got a dog,
I have a
though?
dog. Like, yeah, I just got a little.
Can you imagine knowing with a dog?
Yeah. All y'all my dogs. Y'all
Is
just
it a boy
shine
or a
like
girl?
It's like, shit was weak as shit.
Yeah, but is it a boy or a girl?
No, boy. The only boy in the house.
Finally
besides
got another.
me. Yeah, man.
There you go.
But yeah, it is what it is. What about you, Pero?
My week been cool, man. Well, my week been cool, yo. You know what it is. The last week before project come out, yo. It be stressful, yo.
I already know. That's what I was about to say. That shit gotta be stressful,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Speak on that, yo. You got a new project coming out. Matter of fact, we can start from the beginning, yo. Just tell everybody how long you've been fucking with this rap. Then we can just go progress from there.
For real, like I said, my name Japiro, Northeast Baltimore. I've been rapping probably since I'm gonna say solid since '94. Pretty much since '94.
That was the year I was born.
Yeah.
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah, I got a nephew that's he was
His rap
born in,
career older than me.
yeah, my nephew was born in 90. Yeah, 90. My nephew 8 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So when my nephew was born, I learned how to DJ first. I was learning. I was already learning because you gotta think like Juice was out.
Yeah.
Them kind of movies, you know what I'm saying?
Q, trying to be like Q.
Trying to be him. Yeah, when I was little, you know what I'm saying? My uncles and all my older homeboys, they used to they had turntables, you know what I'm saying? They had the 1200s like the big DJs had, you know what I'm saying? So just going back to that, like I said, music for me started probably like around that 93, 92 time. But I just started rapping like probably in that period because I didn't know how to write on paper, so I couldn't figure it out. So I used to just take people's songs, flip them, and then eventually over time, I started to learn how to count bars and all of that kind of stuff. So, '94 I was rapping. '95 I probably touched the MPC the first time. My homeboy, he like 2 years older than me. He had an MPC. So when I first went to high school, I remember everybody used to be in school and they used to be talking about like going to the studio and shit like that. And I like, damn, I hadn't been yet.
Right.
But I used to make beats. So every day I leave school, go home, link up with my homeboy because his mother was in a band or whatever. So like right now, it's crazy. My homeboy that really showed me the ropes about all the shit about music. His mom had a band. His little sister was little back then. Now his sister got the spot Slutty Vegan in ATL.
Oh, wow.
So,
Shit, that's what's
yeah.
up.
So I grew up.
We was on the clubhouse with our brother.
Rashawn or
I don't remember.
might have been Stars.
Yeah, that's his name.
Stars.
Yeah. He kept telling us about it. And I was like, yeah, I heard of it before,
Yeah.
but he was like, yeah, that's my sister. She started.
Yeah, all of us started rapping together.
Damn, that's
so
what's
like
up.
I ain't gonna say I taught Stars, that's my dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? He a little bit younger, but as far as like he heard my first raps,
Yeah,
and
made
then
him one rap.
made him
and shit
one.
like that.
Yep. So
Damn.
me, him, his cousin Caution, he was like a big artist. Before Sean Kingston, Caution was that. But
Right.
Caution grew up with us. He came from Jamaica.
Right.
And then he came there, he
He
came
was making
over.
that type of music.
He
type
was
shit.
making it like straight up himself, like making the beats and all of that kind
Right.
of shit like that. So
Right.
we all kind of grew up together, and then as time went on, we all branched out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that's what's up. So early on, that's where you started. So you would say like around that time, that's where some of your rap influences came from.
Yeah, definitely my rap influences come from that time, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie, Snoop my favorite rapper of all time. He my favorite rapper of all time. I don't think he's the best rapper, but
Right,
I think
I understand.
Yeah, I think at that time, like, his style was just so slick because he freestyled pretty much through the Chronic and Doggy Style, you know what I'm saying?
You think that's why you like started out like that, maybe?
I definitely think so. Like, but I knew how to make. But let me not say I knew how to make songs. I understood how a song worked, but I didn't know the structure of a song. So that's why, because I'm listening to him like Dr. Dre telling him, you go here, you do this, you put the hook here, you do that. We didn't have nobody to tell us. We
no
just
structure
knew
or nothing like that.
We knew it from hearing it, but we didn't understand why. Why do you do it, and then why does it have to be that way? You know what I'm saying? Like now, music ain't like that. So
if I'm being honest, I still don't know how to count.
Count bars.
Yeah, what you mean being honest, nigga? That's a fact.
I thought maybe that was
most people
crazy,
don't know how to. Nah, for real.
Niggas be like, yo, give me a 16. I don't know how to rap. I don't know how to count it.
I know how to count them, but if I were to write a rap, I just rap and then cut and then count the bars, and then if I stop, I stop. If I don't, I don't. That's how I do it.
I'm gonna tell y'all, like, you know what it is? It's because when we was in school, like, kids were so bad in school that we probably was missing the gems and that the music teachers was telling us. So the music teacher be like, sing Wheels on the Bus. So he was like, man, I ain't singing no damn Wheels on the Bus. But you like 6 or 7. But you already starting. Everybody growing. Like, oh, that's too silly for me. Yo, you 6, yo. And all it is 1, 2, 3, 1. That's a bar. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it get complicated.
I'm starting to think of songs and shit.
You know what I'm saying? It get to measurements and swings and all of that other kind of stuff. But that's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta worry about that. But I think I learned a little bit more too because my sister played the snare drum. When she was going to Western, she was playing the snare drum in a band. And then my mom, when I was younger, I wanted to hoop. But she sent me to piano lessons, but I never went to the piano. I went like one day. Like
so music is just in you. Like it just
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, my pops used to buy records every Friday whenever Friday he got paid. He used to tell me, whatever I want, he gonna buy it, and he would bring it to me. And I had like this little Fisher Price little turntable, so every Friday he would bring me a new record, and I would just play that joint, and I start scratching and doing little shit that I probably wasn't supposed to do on that joint. So in my family, music. My sister she could sing. She could sing and play the snare drum. So it's like I watched her do it, and then she used to do like shows. Like she used to go to the club. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
That's kind of unique. I don't know if I really see people singing and doing the snare drum.
Yeah, she was just always not like she was always good with something, but see, she grew up. She 12 years older than me, so when she was grown, like Rakim, LL, and them was the prime. They was popping, and I could listen to it because it was still not too wild for me to listen to it. But by the time I got older, she kind of slowed down.
Gangster rap and shit, pop, big, all that type of shit.
All of that kind of stuff as that came, you know what I'm saying? So, over time, I started developing my own thing, and I ain't got no brothers, so music was the first thing that kept me, glued to something that kept me from doing the wrong thing. A lot of times that was like my outlet. So like my homeboys, you know what I'm saying, when they might have went off into that left side or that left field or they went the other way, I always stood neutral with that, so I never had no problem with nobody clowning me, trying to tell me like, oh, yo, you rap, or yo, you make beats. Like, nobody ain't never say that because I was always around everything else. I just was smart enough to know, like, yo, I'm not going to fuck up my opportunity out here. So.
Yo, that's crazy that you said that because I was just watching an interview with, on $1 Million Worth of Game. They had DJ Mustard on there. He was talking about how he was neutral. Like, he used to be able to DJ Bloods and Crips because it wasn't like, all right, you choose a side. It was like, yo, that's what you do. We going to support you doing that. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess that's like kind of the parallels of both of y'all doing that type of shit.
Yeah, it's definitely I got homeboys that's locked up right now, like multiples.
Facts.
And I got homeboys that I went to like Morgan with, or ones that I you know what I'm saying, I grew up with, that was just like, not even just say smart, just was like book smart, street smart, like still street smart, but not getting caught up. You know what I'm saying? So the coin for me, and I guess also that's how I've been able to stay around too, because I don't just rap in one pocket.
Right.
I kind of know, you know what I'm saying? Like I was listening to, who was it? I was listening to Yo Gotti. I think it was on Breakfast Club or something. He was saying how he ain't gonna sign a nigga that ain't got his neighborhood. And for me, I can't really say that. I grew up with niggas that's like 45, 46 now.
Right.
Whereas though I'm about to be 40. So when I grew up with them, I'm like the little youngin'. So I was always the one, I got my bike. Yo, we going on the bike together. So then I'm on the bike, I'm on the back of the bike, my homeboy riding a big bike, so I'm with them. But then I became one of them. And then now the youngins now that I grew up with, they looking at me like, oh, we with y'all. Like, but we older than y'all. But y'all younger than us.
Yeah, I feel what
you know
saying.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all younger than us. Y'all think y'all older than, but y'all don't know what we know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you do the wrong thing, you make the wrong move, and you gone. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
You know, so I like that's. I think like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still in tune with the youngins, but it's just certain shit I can't do. I ain't fucking with it.
Yeah, I feel you as far as like style and just morals and
Yeah.
all that type of shit for real.
Yeah, even style shit. Like I fuck with like I love the fact like we wore big shit at some time. Like I wore like 38 Rockaway jeans at one point. Like, you know what I'm saying?
42s, nigga.
Yeah.
What you know about that?
Like
T.I.?
my last year of high school, I remember I had some like some guest workers. They was like the thing at that time, like in 98, 99. That they was the slickest jeans, or what's the other shit niggas used to wear? It was Rockaway,
Y'all think shit like that'll come back?
Boss shit.
Pretty much everything.
It's coming
like,
back.
It's
yeah,
coming
that
back
shit,
slowly.
That shit keep coming back, yo.
Or niggas wear the big dumbass shirt and skinny pants. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Or they wear big dumbass pants and a small ass shirt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. But the size that I am, like, when a nigga got kids, then niggas, you get a gut. You know what I'm saying? You getting a little money, you gonna get a gut.
I can't relate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when you a skinny nigga, it's easier to fall off because you like, man, I'm good. I always
Norman
been good.
Teller, he big 180 over there.
What you mean? That's a fact, nigga. What you mean? Ain't no lie. What you mean? That's a fact.
No, I ain't say it was a lie. I said let you tell it.
Get it great, yo. I mean, big Norm now.
Hey, yo, but I want to transition, though. So you was naming a couple of the, like, pioneers of hip-hop. So I came across this little clip, and I just want to hear y'all thoughts on it.
Pop, I feel like we're just so much more emotional about who those top 5 rappers are. Like, I love Tupac, I love Biggie, but they gonna have to move out the top 5 because it's new that we're
just
singing.
got better.
People have got better.
They got
it's
more
like
accolades.
what it is. But in hip hop, I feel like we're just so much more emotional about who those top 5 rappers are. Like, I love Tupac, I love Biggie, but they gonna have to move out the top 5.
I just repeated it, but.
Bro, I just had this convo.
Yo,
y'all agree with that?
That's
like
a 100% fact because you also gotta think about music is generational and it hit different when you live through it. But you also gotta think like whatever you was going through, like we just spoke on, history repeat itself. So I'm sure another person can go through the same type of emotions or same type of feelings with another different type of artist.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right. So like our top 5 will probably be different.
Right.
Because
But I would respect it though. You know how some people be like,
yeah.
oh, you like such and such, or you don't
no,
like
but some
this.
shit you can't respect though, yo. Like when they be saying some wild shit like Lil Uzi or some shit.
Somebody say it was a nigga like that out back then.
But yeah, it might be their top 5, but some shit you just like, come on, bro. You lived in a time where it was better people. So like their shit. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion, but sometimes you just be looking at it like, yo, we grew up the same era, and you got this nigga in your top 5.
We gotta shift the way we think of what the top 5 mean. You know what I'm saying? I think they asked Fab on $1 Million Worth of Game what his 5 was. No, I think he gave him 10. They let him get 10 off. And for me, I feel like Fab, you've been rapping as long as I have, probably longer than me, and then you've been popping longer than most niggas that's on.
Right.
So how can you not? But I understand it was so hard to think because now you got 10. 5 easy. Yeah. Because 5 easy.
No,
5
hard.
I mean 5. I mean
narrow down.
5 hard to narrow down. But if you think about it, you already know your first 2 to 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's easy. It's the 4 or 5. The 4 and 5 slots is the slots that, and then the nigga in the 6 slot really probably could be
in the 5.
But see, sometimes when you, depending on who you talking to, if you with your niggas that you really be with, you ain't gonna say certain person because you know it's a homeboy that's gonna be like, nigga, what, like, yeah. But
speaking of the 5, while we on that, yo,
give him his 5.
Now he gonna put me on the spot.
We gonna give you the Fame 5, yo.
Well, I ain't gonna front, yo. Like I was saying, I had a little Instagram post, so I'm a keep it all the way. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, even for myself. Like the first mixtape I heard. Real mixtape, like not like a club mixtape, but like a first hip hop mixtape was like the Bad Boy mixtape. I think it came out in like '94.
Right.
And the Locks did that shit the other day. And I think it's the shit when they be like LOX, chest to chest, back to back. Whatever that was the first time I heard Kiss, Styles, and Sheek.
Right.
And at that time, I think Sheek was the nicest one at that point.
You thought Sheek was the nicest?
Most people did, you know what I'm saying? I think I heard even Jada say it, like, at that point, because I think in age range, Yo the youngest.
Who, Sheek?
Sheek the youngest, and I think Jada is the oldest.
So he kind of looked the youngest.
You know what I'm saying? So I think not to say he was sharper, but they met.
Styles look like he older than
he was more in tune with whatever was going on. Similar to, I think, I know this is probably a bad comparison, but like the Migos, like I think
like
Takeoff
is
the better one.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree. I agree. So I'm saying all of that to say that I held Jada Kiss in a certain place. I just could, when he kept saying top 5 dead or alive, I like, all right, I got you.
Right.
I believe it's you top 10, but I just can't figure it out. I gotta think about this. I gotta think about it. So first and foremost, Biggie my number 1 because nobody had 2 albums better than Biggie, 2 albums in that short period of time. Not to say that anybody haven't had better albums.
DMX.
In that short period of time,
dropped 2 albums in '98.
I remember. I'm saying at that time.
Right.
In '94.
Right.
And then in '97, that was like what was that? Like a 3-year period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Life After Death, the first disc is the album.
Right.
The second disc is a bonus.
Right.
So the first 10 songs is Biggie album.
Right.
Everything else is extra.
Right.
So that's just extra sauce on it. So the song with the locks.
Yeah.
That's the last song on that album.
Right.
So that means this nigga gave us a whole nother disc just because he felt like he was that fucking good. Like, you know what I'm saying? That he was that good. So I put Big in number 1. I put
this in order.
This in order. Big in number 1. I put Jay-Z at number 2 because nobody has ever done what he did in hip hop in any category. Right. The only person as close to him right now is Nas, and niggas slept that never thought Nas was gonna get the paper that he getting now off of just being smart, intelligent, wise. And niggas forget Jay-Z had to knock Nas off the throne to even get to where he at. Right. The nigga got arguably the best album in hip hop ever. You got Illmatic, but I like it was written better. I think it just made more.
So he ain't get 5 too then.
Nas number 3. Oh, wow. Nas number 3 to me. Number 4 is so fucking hard for me because a lot of niggas that do things now that's far as like that's wild, but still giving you that. They short, like they smart, but they still street. They still hush. They do hush shit, but they still intelligent nigga. They still they fuck with the women. They gonna get the ladies. They gonna have their niggas with them. They gonna enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? So I always gotta still put Tupac in my top 5 because nobody did that shit like him, and this nigga really embodied everything. East Coast shit, West Coast, every hood fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't really glorify the gang. He never said he was blood. He never said he was Crip. Right. He never said that he was
from the Bay, though. The Bay really wasn't on that shit like that.
They wasn't really with that, but he was protected by blood. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So or however, he was protected pretty much everywhere he go. Because even when he went to New York, the Crips was fucking with him. Yeah, so it's, you know what I'm saying? He was good. So, I mean, I put Tupac 4 because he's just influential as shit. Number 5 is very hard because my favorite group is Outkast. So it's like, I would say Andre, but then it's like, yo, your work. Right. Where's your work? He's so complicated.
He don't got no solo album to itself with the exception of like The Love Below, and that shit really ain't really hit.
Yep.
It shit was more like an R&B album for real.
Yeah, so when it came to that 5th spot, that's when I said to myself, like, bro, you got LL. Nigga got like 10 albums. Yeah, he was influential in the culture, but did I really grow up on LL?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I ain't never...
You know
I heard LL when he was more so radio hit. LL was like Bow Wow. What Bow Wow is.
Yeah, exactly. He was 15, 16. Him and Jay-Z damn near the same age. So you gotta think, all of that time, his influence on the culture is huge, but it's like, it's not the same. When it comes to me, I'm looking at more the rap part. I'm looking at the impact of how other niggas want to be like you for doing that. Right. And that's why I said I had to move Kiss up. Because that's why I put him in my 5s in the 5th spot. You gotta look at it.
My God.
When you put him in the 5th spot, you gotta look at it. First album, Locks album, wasn't that great. It was on Bad Boy.
But Kiss had some joints on there, some verses, some memorable verses.
You know what I'm saying? He had verses on there. We Are the Streets came out. That shit changed rap forever. Yeah. As far as battle rap, the way that Pockets, it's no Cassidy without We Are the Streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's no J Mills without We Are the Streets.
Right.
It's no you are what's the shit, the battle shit that niggas watch? URL and all the other offsprings of URL.
Yeah.
It's none of that. The grams is white, the whip is tan, black.
Yeah.
No, niggas all rap like that now. The shit is 20 years later, niggas is still doing that.
That's why I say Kiss my favorite rapper, yo, hands down, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like when they came out to the first song out the We Are the Streets, at that point, I was like, yo, fuck it, yo, I gotta get
the verses. The first song they played on the verses.
Yeah,
was
when they did "Fuck You" on the first, they came
first
out
song off the verses.
when they came
That's
out to
the
that
first song on that album for real.
It's kind of like, yo, they basically telling niggas y'all lost already.
Yeah, we here and we ain't playing
Right.
with y'all.
Yeah.
But look, see how fucking interchangeable it could be though. That song was to Diddy for real, and
Right.
then what they applied that shit to Dipset.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, I hope you never make it. Fuck you. Talk with a heart full of hatred. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Look,
Rap the whole shit.
I didn't want to because Kiss my favorite rap. I could probably rap damn near every Kiss verse from around a little period of time.
And that's why I said he's number 5. The clarity of the way his bars came off, right? It's only 3 rappers that was that clean to me. That the clarity in their voices, like Black Thought and
I caught on Black Thought late.
Black Thought, the clarity in his raps. Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. Right. It's only 3 niggas that's really and even the clarity in that shit. Nas shit like that, Bean shit like that. It's they very particular about the way that they use their words and how that shit sound on a beat.
And
not
how it hit.
Yeah. Yeah. So
what you think? I fuck with your top 5,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So
I like how you had the breakdown for everyone though, yo.
Yeah, I ain't going to
it's
just
a thought process. It's a thought process.
Usually when we say Fame 5, it's like off the top. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
But you already had that.
Niggas be on the spot, can't really give you that 5.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't just blurt out no 5, especially if you ain't like me, man. I watched Rap City growing up and all of that kind of shit. Like, it'd be a disrespect to niggas who really paved it. And it's probably niggas here. It's niggas here that really been around like that. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can't.
Niggas definitely get busy too on that rap shit. So sometimes that should be interchangeable for me though. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, we speaking about the verses though. What you think about the verses? What you think about the verses though? Like who you think won? Even though I already know niggas' answers, I just still.
Bruh, I'm not even gonna bullshit you, dog. When it got to that point when he did the "Who Shot You" freestyle, son, it was over at that point to me. And the crazy thing is, Dipset, I believe they have real influence on me understanding music. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that the mixtape is important. You know what I'm saying? To rappers, I think mixtape important. I think what you wear is important. Niggas don't even understand that. What you wear, how you dress.
Yeah, they definitely had an influence on
how you
a culture.
Got
niggas wearing pink, all that type of shit.
Shit, the way them niggas like. Now I ain't gonna say they late, but it's New York influence. So like the big ass leather Avirexes and the jackets and shit, and the the way they wear their Timbs and shit like that.
Right.
All of that, like Dipset definitely influenced niggas. But you gotta think, I'm just as old as Dipset.
Right.
I'm probably like 2 years younger than them.
And Joel's, Joel's.
Yeah, Joel's younger than us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He probably right before 40. He probably like 37, 38.
Yeah, that's right. That's right where I'm at.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying locks, you know what I'm saying? It's other shit, you know what I'm saying? I read a lot. I look into shit like you know what I'm saying, Jada and Styles wrote Benjamin's verse. Yeah. So they got that record. Mm-hmm. Right. These niggas was killing them with the back and forth songs. Yeah. So the Band for TV verse.
Yeah.
What verse is better than that?
Just off of
freestyles
and mixtape
energy
shit.
And I'm saying like I told you earlier, yo, I'm like, yo, you think he had somewhat of an advantage since he did the verses and he kind of like know how to, play to the crowd.
I just think he's more of a fan of the culture, yo.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it was because it was more than the music at that point. It was like all the other shit that he was doing, all the disrespect. Yeah. It was.
And he was rapping his songs. He wasn't rapping over the voice. Too. Like that's the essence of hip hop for real.
Plus their mics, Dipset mics wasn't right neither.
You think them niggas wasn't that sound check. The Locks took that shit serious, yo.
Yeah.
Like I heard an interview today with he was on Sway and shit. He was like, yo, them niggas did sound check. That Who Shot You shit.
Yeah.
He picked that shit that day. They wasn't even planning on doing that shit.
I went back and listened to the Who Shot You. So you know that freestyle came out in like 08 or 09.
And that shit was towards 50.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's crazy. So they said, I don't know for people that's watching the podcast and shit. I mean, y'all understand, y'all do podcast shit. I mean, music and audio type shit. So they said Kiss had the WAV files versus niggas who just had the MP3. Right. So an export of it. So meaning he went back to the actual session that he recorded it in. And that's why all of those shit, like the beats was hitting like that. Right. You know, Dipset, I mean... They
so just re-recorded them so the bitches can sound more crisp and clear?
No, like he went back to the session. So like if you in Pro Tools or whatever you use to record, so let's say like your vocals is on there, all they basically going to do is mute your vocals. Right. So then they re-export the beat itself. Right. Meaning he ain't go on like the internet or YouTube and download Who Shot You. Like he went and got the real Who Shot You, like the beat where the shit originally was.
That's why
like,
that shit was hitting different.
It was hitting different. So then when you rapping without your vocals on I mean not your vocals, but they didn't even have ad-lib tracks. So they ain't even have shit. It was just like straight vocals on the beat.
And they was hitting it like, yo, he was on point when he was singing like it was an intro, and then like as soon as he knew when to come in, that nigga was straight into that shit.
Yo,
like,
but what impressed me was like the breath control and all that shit. It's like
them niggas in shape, dog. Like they in shape. They fucking juice. They be hitting the bar.
You seen them on a little
giving niggas
it's like damn.
Yo, but another thing though, like don't get it twisted, yo. You know that verses is different. You can't just play songs, yo. Cause I feel like some of them Dipset songs would have hit if they would have played them at certain times and would have like delivered them differently, like how the locks was delivered.
But that's the thing, though, yo. Throughout all the verses, the person that come prepared sometimes seems like they win because other people, like some people think they can just go in there and I'm just gonna play my hits like they biggest shit in the world, but they ain't delivering it right.
Exactly,
so all that go into an effect when you playing that shit and you like performing it.
So I got a question for y'all. So you just made some. Me and Gutter, we had a conversation. So you know what I'm saying. We had a conversation about like what makes certain niggas like elite. You know what I'm saying. So like Future got hella hits, but if you think about it, like even when he don't have hella hits, he still got underground shit. Like Yo Gotti not necessarily like top. He don't get credit. He don't get Grammys and shit like that. Right. But he consistently make records that people fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So when I believe that the verses can be won without hits.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We just seen the shit like when them niggas was like Jewels was like, yo, these niggas think they in jail.
Right.
Like females was liking that shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Just because.
But once he said that though, they dropped the female records, so the niggas was able to do
but I'm
whatever.
Trying to think about it, yo,
whatever
like,
lane.
Yeah.
The Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow. I know this.
I don't think I watched that one too much, but I still respected it though.
If we just going off of straight hits, if you're looking at it, you would say Bow Wow won, right?
Right.
But as far as the entertainment,
it's
some
Soulja
people
Boy,
can say Soulja Boy.
Right.
Like, but if you just look at their, where it reached in the charts and shit like that, you just like clear cut Bow Wow. Right. But it actually made it a challenge for the simple fact Soulja Boy was entertaining and shit
exactly
the way he presented it.
And he active right now, yo. Like that's the thing.
We just talking about that.
Niggas be thinking because they had yeah, that's what it is. It's like niggas be thinking because they had it. Like niggas don't understand your window ain't but so big of a window, you know what I'm saying, for you to be considered this, that, and the third. So like when the niggas say like the top 5 rappers and then you say like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody was trying to argue with me the other day about like KRS-One being like a top freestyler, and I was just like, bruh, like, nigga, that was in 1989 when Nelly came back and made the One song. That when them niggas was beefing, you remember that?
Yeah.
So this like when Rock the Mic and all that shit was out. So this one like State Property was. You
said Nelly? I ain't hear that one.
So listen,
I'm learning everything, bro.
Look, Nelly had a diss track going at
So you was born in 94, right?
Yeah.
So you was born in 94. So I used to go to Philly and shit like that when I was this like 01. When the Blueprint came out. So when the Blueprint came out, me and my homeboys, I was in the group with like Zeke. Me and Zeke was in a group together. Right. So niggas used to go to Philly and literally I used to be like in the clubs, me and him, and we used to be freestyling against niggas from like Philly, like niggas that's on. Like and they would come check you out and shit. Like so the niggas Dutch and Spade, they would come through there. You know what I'm saying? It's a nigga in the Roots. He like not the main, but he was like another nigga. He would come through, and then like a lot of Philly niggas that's still around, they would come through, but they older now. So you know what I'm saying? So Nelly made this song called One, because KRS basically said niggas is rapping, but they not saying shit.
I think I heard something about that.
So he made the record One,
right?
But the record was hard because niggas didn't think Nelly could rap. To
Nelly, like I ain't think
Nelly. I heard Nelly used to rap, and then he just started getting.
They made him change his. Shit. They made him change his style, like how Puffy made Mace.
But yeah, I remember him rapping, but I'm saying like
they was beefing.
This is before Country Grammar, right?
No, this after. Because then what happened was, because Nelly snapped on KRS One, the nigga was on the Rock the Mic remix.
Right.
So niggas forget that it don't fucking matter if it don't, like, that shit don't matter like what kind of music you make.
Right.
It's if what's going to entertain people and keep people captive. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that. If you ain't keeping niggas want to listen to it, they ain't gonna listen to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that's a perfect segue to talk about. You got an album ready to come out called Lost Tapes 2?
Lost Chapters 2. Yeah.
Lost Chapters.
Yep. Lost Chapters. You know what I'm saying? I had an album when I was in high school. The shit was called Lost Chapters 1. So we used to be a group called MEP, Making Everything Possible. And before, when we first came out, when we first put the shit together, like everything was on tapes. So the first shit we had on CD was Lost Chapters or whatever. Right. So this like 99, 2000. So me and Zeke went to Morgan, and my other homeboy, Dark, he went to Coppin or whatever. So this around the time, like, everybody was battling each other. So me and Scar, we would have our little battles. Then Los start rapping. Then my homeboy would be up there with Los. So then Zeke and Los would go at it. Then me and Los would go at it. So, like, everybody was always doing the shit with each other. Like, just going at each other, sharpening steel. That's all it was.
Right, still sharpening steel.
Still sharpening steel. So we had Lost Chapters 1. So I felt like at this point, you know what I'm saying, I always loved being in a group, but being in a group also, the way our group worked was kind of similar to the Locks. It was kind of the same way. I just happened to be the one who ventured out into other shit. So I wanted to do parties and stuff like that. So me and Zeke would do parties together. You know what I'm saying? Me and him would put that shit together. And Dark, we all come together and put it together. But the way I saw the group was, I was always the one who was consistently recording, making shit, putting the mixtape out, putting the album out, putting the mixtape out, putting the album out. And then and I would win battles and shit like that. Zeke would win battles and stuff, but he thought more like the business part of it.
Definitely,
you know
Zeke,
what I'm saying?
Like
so he always had that shit about him. And the thing is, in the group, me and him used to go at it the most. But we used to go at it the most because I could see what he could be. He could see what I could be, but we couldn't see it at that time. Right. But then it became a point where one day we just like, yo, I'm glad you stayed on me, yo, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Facts.
And then, so our other homeboy, he was kind of neutral in the middle. He did a little bit of both, but he really cared more about making beats and the sound and making shit right.
He's still involved in that shit?
Yeah, so basically, he is the main producer on my project, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's dope that you still got that long relationship, you still working with the same people and shit like that.
Yeah, man, it's hard to let people go that, you know what I'm saying? Not even let people go. It's hard to leave people. You can't leave people that really been like your day ones, especially if they ain't leave you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the way I looked at it is, I was getting beats from all these other producers and shit like that, and I make shit myself. So it's like, I don't really need to get other beats, but I just be wanting a different sound sometimes. I don't want to be stingy, or I don't want to be not stingy, but I don't want to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, being in a group, it made you feel like, it made me feel sometimes like, not they would hold me back, but the group, that shit holds you back. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to disappoint your family or your people. So what you be doing is, like, if a nigga really got a couple dollars, let's say I got $10,000 to blow, and it's us three.
Right. We
was like, you got $3,033, $333. We all got the same. That extra dollar is like a dollar that just we all is out there, but we all, it's still, that last dollar is still all our dollar. Right. So if we gotta spend it, niggas gonna spend 99 cents on that dollar. But nobody, you can't have, unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm not spending all the money on myself.
That's dope. That's how that shit's supposed to really be, yo. Nice little close knit.
Yeah.
All y'all break bread together. shit, kind of like low key, like some hustling shit for real.
That's how it was. Like I got a gig for one time where as though I used to do this shit at Eaton's and I used to host it and I got it from like winning battles and shit. And I won this battle at the Five Seasons. That shit used to be down on right there on I think that's St. Paul where the little Dunkin' Donuts is in Guilford right there.
Yeah.
And in the cut, it moved a couple times. One time it was on Charles Street, like further up, but now but back then it was down there. So when it was down there, I won like probably like $500 or like $1,000 or something. So the people was doing some shit at Eaton's. These dudes, these brothers, they was doing something. So somebody was trying to find some rappers for the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra. So when they was looking, they was like, yo, he be hosting shit, or you know what I'm saying, he rap or whatever, he in a group.
Right.
And then he was like, well, do they know how to write music? And he was like, oh, hell yeah, they got all kind of shit. So I had my first album on iTunes. So I was getting ready to put it out as it was happening. So when they heard about it, like, oh shit, well, can you figure out how to get them so we can try to work them in?
Right.
So they end up having some shit at the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra, their show on a Friday night at the Strathmore, which is out Bethesda. It's a big ass spot where they be having like orchestra shit, choirs, and a lot of like.
Out Bethesda.
Bethesda. It's like a theater. You know what I'm saying? I know and I think they do acting shit out there.
That's the thing I know. Because I did like a tour, acting tour across the whole tri-state, and I think we hit there before.
Yep. Yeah. So that's a spot that they use, and then they did the BSO downtown. I mean, what you call it? You know, the joint by the 5th Regiment Army downtown where the orchestra play, the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra play.
Yeah.
Down there.
The Lyric.
Yep, at the Lyric. I think that's the Lyric. I can't remember. I'm old now.
Or
shit.
the Hippodrome.
No, it's where they play. I mean, I don't know if that's the arena.
I know what you're talking about. Though.
Yeah. But wherever the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra play, it's gonna hit me later on, but down the line. But what happened was I'm saying to make the point about us being family that we was on the stage for 17 minutes. They gave me $1,800 to come out there and be on that stage for 17 minutes. And when I tell you, the guy who did it during Atwater basically had sheet music. So I mean, this is when the notes. When he wrote the songs and he telling the harp people to play, you play at this point.
Y'all was rapping over the harp. I mean the orchestra.
Yeah, our label was called 5th Symphony Records. Right. So basically, we started with classical music. So that's kind of like how I learned about music. So woodwinds, chords, all of that kind of shit like that. So being there with somebody who really, really understood it, like wrote sheet music, and it's a black man telling you. You do this, you do that, y'all do this. And then he would be like, so what y'all think? And then we were like, well, when the beat come around on this bar, we think it should do this. And then you thinking he gonna try to like joke you because he like know exactly it's C, D, and F what's playing. He like, nah, scrap that. All right, I need y'all to come over here for a second. And then you see motherfuckers with violins like hitting the riffs of the violin, and you like, oh shit, like
shit,
you know,
was hard.
You know what I'm saying? It was a different, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, a lot of times when I be other rappers be saying all kind of shit like about like what they did, what they, you know, what they doing, like them little moments like that, niggas don't understand that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
That shit different, especially that shit hit different as far as you've been involved in music so long, and then you get somebody that really is on the music tip.
And they know way more than me. Like when you see a black person that know how to read music on sheets and shit like that, it's gonna fuck you up. And then it's a whole group of people. And my homeboy filming shit, his cousin playing the harp.
Right.
He like, yo, that's my cousin up there with y'all. And I'm like, for real? He like, no. So then after we all get to mingle, she like, yeah, I've been knowing blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, your cousin been fooling with us for a minute. So, you know,
I had a music class in middle school, and it was like, I played the baritone. I was bullshit, but that was the last.
That's like the flute? Or like a horn?
No, it's like the
not the trombone.
Like the trombone, but it's one of it's
the heavy joint. Yeah.
But that was the last music shit I ever did.
I used to be too bad in school, I used to be suspended in school suspension. Couldn't never do nothing like that, But I be regretting the fact that I didn't do that, you know what I mean? Because especially me acting and fucking with people in the arts field, I see this nigga playing the trumpet or this nigga know I play the piano. I be like, damn, wish I could have did that shit when I was younger. Like, because they offer you that class in school. I don't know if they do that shit now.
They do.
But they offer you in school. So
my sons do that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's simple as hell. And I should have took advantage of it.
But that's how I feel with when I see niggas who know how to draw. Yeah, draw or paint shit. Yeah. In school, I was so terrible with it. Like, it used to make me feel like I used to feel like I ain't shit. Like, the teachers be like, James, can I see your painting? Right. And I be looking at, like, my shit be like, looking terrible. Like,
my shit look
like I can design shit in Photoshop. Like, I be making all the artwork and all that shit. That shit different.
Yeah, actually drawing. I used to, I went to the Baltimore School of Arts for drawing and shit.
For real?
Yeah, for like a couple weeks. It was trash. Like,
you ain't like it? It wasn't for you.
Drawing though?
Yeah, I used to not draw. Like, I'm talking about it was trash as far as the experience, and I should have, like, I wasn't really thinking about that. You wasn't doing the acting shit? Yeah, I wasn't doing the acting. I was only on drawing, and I wanted to hoop, and I was thought I was a street little nigga.
That's crazy. I never know you knew how to draw, bro.
I don't know how to draw now, but I used to know how to draw left and right.
Yo, you see what I'm saying? See, he could just do this shit. Like, you ain't even think about it when you could draw.
You know, I remember back in the day where he used to send you the little booklet, and you used to have to draw the thing, and nigga, I drew that shit to the T. Nigga, turn that shit in. Yo. Got the fucking invite the fucking Baltimore School of Arts. Shit.
Yo, my brother used to know how to draw.
I can't even trace right, nigga.
That's crazy.
My brother used to know how to draw. I used to tell him he gonna be like them. You ever see the men downtown that be drawing shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When he's selling them. I used to tell him like, yeah, you gonna do some shit like that. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, though. But your album, how many tracks you got on that joint?
Oh, I know it sounds a little crazy, but my shit I got 7 songs, man.
Nah, that ain't
That's
crazy.
kind of the wave now, though. Like, short and sweet.
Yeah, man. I get to the point. You know what I'm saying? I used to record. At one, it was a point where I think I just got kind of tired of fucking with music, like just as far as just being like trying to be the rapper, the person people look at or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I start recording at his studio or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was me, Boss Man. He had the studio or whatever, and then my man D.O., he pulled me in or whatever. So that's like Boss Man. That's they right hand homies and whatever. Right. So and I grew up in the same area as them, just a little the northeast side. So I think at one point we felt like you know what I'm saying, and I was always cool with Heavy Gold too. So I was always cool with like 2 or 3 of them in the group. But when shit was happening, I had my group and it didn't really work, and then they all kind of dispersed. So it's like when you got relationships with them different people, I believe that at one point we was pressing to try to bring it back. Yeah. But if they bring it back, it's like you bring it back with me, and then one man might be out. Right. So like Dion might be out. That was the other nigga that was nice. Right. And the other and Tone was cool too. So Tone always, when I would see him, he always showed me love. So now it's like you bring us back, bring everybody together, and we just do a big group with 6 people. But I don't think
on some slaughterhouse type
shit. Like we could all get on the same page. So what was happening while I was in there, Dave East come through there. So I'm recording this nigga in the studio, just recording him. So I be watching niggas. So I'm like, I'm watching niggas pop because I'm seeing the nigga from Dipset come through the studio.
Yeah, niggas sound like Biggie. I mean, who he sound like? Yeah, the nigga sound like Biggie, don't? No, he sound like Jay-Z. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, like they like Jimmy would bring. You know, he would be here too. Jim Jones would be here, and I would always miss when the things was happening to put me in a place to be. And so it was like then I started once I recorded, and then like 2 years later I seen Davies, and then he was the one nigga that would be cool with a couple of niggas from Dipset would come. Yeah, I would be sitting there saying to myself like, yo, I really, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? That's not fixing it. So then I just start taking it a little bit different, and then start saying like, yo, it ain't about how many songs you make. It ain't about like all of the, you know, the money shit. Yeah. It's more about the content. Exactly, and then I just focus on the content. So that's why my shit's 7 songs. My shit's 7 songs because I don't waste no time. Like I don't got time to be doing no crazy shit over the beat. I ain't trying to do 50 million ad libs. I'm not trying to be this person. I'm not trying to be that person. I can only do what I know over what I got to work with. So, you know what I'm saying? I just try to keep my shit short, concise, under 30 minutes. Because most niggas right now, they on pills, they on lean. Yeah. Their fucking attention span ain't even probably on the wavelength of what I'm talking about anyway. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you a nigga, I feel like I make shit for everybody. I might make some trap shit. I might make some rap shit that make you think, I might make some shit that make your grandmother, your mother fuck with it.
That's all that on the what you call it, an EP album?
Yeah, more EPs now. I don't really do albums. I really say that like the full album be like 10 plus. You know what I'm saying? I got an album that's like 14 songs, and that's like probably my best one.
Yo, whenever you ready for me to jump on the ones and twos, you know what I mean? I got a few bars, you know what I mean?
The way I look at it is, I think I look at it the same way. Like, I think that's how Wu-Tang was looking at it, and I think Dipset applied that shit too.
Right.
Because they had Freaky Zeke on the song.
Right.
Just to have more on there because it's like, we gotta use everybody we got. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that shit might end up hitting.
It might be something, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, that's like you. Like, when you was on the wire, I ain't know you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen you on there and shit, I'm like, oh damn, nigga, there's this thing on there. So then a couple years later, how the fuck you my man, exactly, you know, homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I look at it like that. And I always wanted to do some acting shit. I only was like in plays and shit like that. Yeah. But I think for some of us, like certain shit come natural, and then other shit you gotta work hard. Right. You gotta work a little harder to get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yo, so I got a question that I normally ask like every guest, right? So you ever got to the point? I know you was talking about it a little bit, but you ever got to the point where you was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna do
nigga, like 2 weeks ago.
For real?
Yeah, like no, I'm probably bullshitting about saying you say it. You know what I'm saying? Some days you wake up. You know what I'm saying? I got twins, yo. I got 2 sons. My son's 7. And my sons already started telling me, like, they want to play the drums or they want to learn how to make beats and shit like that. That's intriguing, but they 7. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks from now, they might tell me. Like, my son, one time, he told me they wanted to be gamers. And I'm like, the fuck, you want to be a gamer? Right. Like, you can do that shit now. Like, we can get to this now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta wait for that.
You don't gotta wait for that. So I don't never want my kids to think, like, you know, you gotta wait to be something or somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I try, like the question you asked me, I try my best to, like, I try to stay positive and shit, like, as much as I can, yo, like, try to knock all of that, all of the naysayers and all of that. I'm gonna tell you, like, I really experienced a situation where it was like somebody felt that I wouldn't stream the numbers that I'm probably doing right now. I mean, I ain't saying I'm doing like 100,000, but I got a song right now called The Old Kanye, right? So I ain't used no special playlist or nobody, paid nobody. Like, that shit was at like 15,000 or 20,000 streams, like, in that first like 6-month period on just Apple Music itself. Now that's just on my Apple Music. That don't count Gutter Apple Music. My Spotify was at like 35,000 when I checked like 2 days ago. Right. So now my shit like 35,000 in Apple Music. So when you look at it, we probably at like 100,000 streams individually for that one song. You know what I'm saying? And then I made like I produced a record for I think every time I be like feeling like I'm about to quit, some shit just randomly happen. You know what I'm saying? Start happening. So like I was like, I don't even feel like making beats no more. I was about to just sell all my beat shit. And then Gutter was like, yo, I need a big feature. And then he hit the nigga Raheem Devon up. So he hit him up.
Oh, you did that?
I made the beat.
Dang,
so,
I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy. I didn't know you did that beat, yeah?
Yeah, I made the beat. So I was getting ready to move to where the spot I live in now. And I ain't had shit in there. I just had a fucking table like this, like a regular ass table I had from iKid. And I put my laptop, the little joint I be making the beats on, the shit Timbaland be using. If y'all ever see when he be making beats sometimes online, I had that and my laptop, and I sat there, made the beat, because Gutter cousin was supposed to sing the hook, but he died. So we made that song to basically say we did it for him, you know, when he died. And his daughter so we could make it for her. And then they could have it at the funeral. We put it in the casket. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that like almost like a time capsule. You know what I'm saying? But when Gutter reached out to him, he said he would do the record. So literally, I sent it back to him, and then later on that night, yo did the song. He sent the song back the same damn night.
Yeah, he definitely did, because he was telling me play by play when that shit was going down.
Yeah. So when he did that, that made me say to myself, damn, if I got a record made in one day. I've been making beats this long. Like, my first placement was with Sparks from State Property. So I made the beat for Sparks. Well, I didn't make the beat for Sparks. I made a beat CD for PD Crack. I took the beat CD to PD Crack in D.C. I met PD Crack. I met up with the nigga, him and his manager, like, straight up. I met him at, like, a Kansas Fried Chicken or Kentucky. Not Kentucky, but you know the hood fucking chicken spots.
Kennedy's,
Kennedy's,
like
whatever. All of them shits look the same. So I met Chris and Neef, Oskino, and Sparks was asleep. So Petey was the only one up. So when he answered the phone, me and my homeboy that produced this album pulled up on him. I gave him the beat CD. The nigga called me like a week later, like, yo, I'm gonna use the beat. But the problem is we can't put an album out because Rock about to split. So basically that put a sour taste in my mouth. So pause like basically at that point, this like 2002, 3, this on Rock the Mic 2 tour. So right around that time, they didn't know where they was going. But niggas did, like, I knew, but I didn't know what was going to happen. So basically that was my first time that foul taste. And then just trying to get the record deals and shit, that shit always knock you down. But this is different. I can put the shit out when I feel like it. Yeah, I can move the way I want. Yeah. So yeah, I be feeling like I want to give up sometimes, you know, every couple weeks, months, you know what I'm saying? I be having
always something that just come out of nowhere. It's be like,
yep.
Might as well keep going.
Yep.
Shit, that's what's up.
And then see some shit like you don't know. Like this podcast just might have gave me another couple weeks of just saying like, yo, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It might have gave me.
As long as you enjoying it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But I got another question though, because you were talking about, you know, doing the beat and shit, like making beats and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was looking at your page and I'm like, it's like artist, ghostwriter, producer, DJ, engineer. So I'm just like, which one do you enjoy the most? Like doing?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I just like being a writer, yo. Like I like being a writer because I got a homeboy. I told y'all, like I don't know if I said it on camera, but I think before we was talking before the podcast and shit. He live in Vegas or whatever. So like me and yo used to work at his job together, and both our name James. So we always had like a supervisor that thinks she like our grandmother all the time. So we used to be like, yo, why she act like that? Like, yo, why they think like when you black, yo, like. You need somebody to wake you up, tell you to be to work on time. Like, why they making sure you came back from lunch on, like, that kind of shit. So we used to be just, like, making jokes. And like, yo, we can make a whole, like, little sitcom off this shit. So my homeboy like, man, I'm about to do comedy. Right. So sometimes, like, he'd just tell me some of the jokes that he be saying, or, like, not jokes, but, like, the little, like, you know, skits. You know, they write jokes, but it's more than, like, what we think a joke is. So it'd be like a whole page or something.
Exactly, right. I know exactly
to get the joke out.
Right.
So sometimes like the shit that I would think about like battle rapping or saying against niggas when I'm rapping, I started to turn it into other shit. So like I make a whole scenario. So like if my female friends tell me shit, I be listening to it. Actively listening to it, so then I know when I'm about to make a song, all right, I'm gonna use this. And then when my homeboy be like, yo, I need a joke and shit, I'm like, yo, look, listen to this shit. And I might say that, and then me and y'all start. So it be making me feel like, yo, you can use this shit in multiple realms. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
and it's like so interchangeable and shit like that.
Yeah, writing. When I was in school, yo, they used to slap my hand because I'm left-handed. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't write with your. And I went to a private school the first year of school, so they used to hit my hand with a meter stick because you're supposed to write with your right hand. They say the left hand the devil hand.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
I never heard that.
So I used to.
I mean, I was never left-handed either. But.
Yeah, private school shit, yo. So I got up out of there, so I ended up going to city school after that. But my mother got me in city school. But
I would have left too.
But once I got to school, I could write with both. So then I was like, yo, I'm always writing shit. But you know, now niggas don't.
All right, so what's your favorite hand to write with? No, I'm joking.
That's crazy. One of my best friends, he broke his he was right-handed.
He broke his right hand.
And he broke his right hand, and he started writing with his left. So I was like, it was my man. Like, I want to be like, and I started writing with my left. So I know I
write. You can
do
both?
Yeah, I can write with my left and my right.
So you really not left-handed?
Can you shoot with your left?
I can do everything with my left.
That's my left phone.
I can lay up and
my
shoot.
left phony as shit. Like a jump shot is phony, but my layup good though.
Yeah, some floaters.
Yeah,
deep floaters, not no threes.
Oh, right.
I definitely shoot no three. That ain't gonna happen.
So hold up. So you right-handed though. So but you write with your left now.
I could write either one, depending on how I feel.
When you just straight pick up a pencil or whatever, or a pen.
If I got time, I probably write with my left. If I want to do it fast, I'm gonna write with my right.
So you just pick and choose?
Cause look, yo, we live in a crazy world.
I don't know what it's like, yo. Cause I just pick up that shit.
We live in a wild world that niggas is not even writing no more. Niggas is typing, so I don't never want to forget. Yeah. So that's why I do both. Like I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like they teach, you know, they stopped teaching kids cursive now in school.
Yeah.
Like so, I just be wanting to just still know
Yo,
how.
you were just talking about a nigga talking in cursive.
Yo, funny.
Hey yo, so this funny and shit. So I taught city schools for like a year and a half, right?
What, music?
No, I ain't teach music. I taught math. I was good at math and shit. So when I was teaching, I'm on a board. I turn around and write on the board, so the kids like looking at the shit I'm writing because it's like a drill or assignment, you know. Because I was like at first I was a substitute. I was a substitute at first, but then the teacher had a baby, so then I became a long term sub. So then when I became the long term, they liked me, and then they kept me, and then they made me a job like the next year. So while I'm writing on the board, like the first 2-3 weeks, the kids like looking at me, they like, yo. They like, yo, why you writing in cursive? And I'm like, they like, we don't know what that mean. I'm like, what you mean you don't know what it mean? It's the same letters. It's just like connected.
I can read cursive, but that shit definitely fuck me up sometimes when I just randomly see it. I be like,
that's crazy.
I be like, yo, what the fuck this say?
I taught 6th grade though, so they was babies, so they basically was coming from the 5th.
Yo, when you start learning how to write cursive?
I think sometime in elementary.
I learned. I got skipped in first, so I got skipped in first. So I learned I was in first, but I went to second. And the girl I sat next to, she taught me how to write. So, like I tell her all the time, like if it wasn't for her, my shit would have been fucked up because I got to sit next to her and watch it. So I had an extra year to learn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was bad as shit. I failed the first. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That story is a real story.
We tell the story. I failed the third.
No, but see, my mother made me go back, so I did that shit twice.
Right.
I did the first.
But it's crazy though, yo, because when I got the middle,
she skipped you, and then you just was like, nah, you ain't.
Nope. So I did the first. I did not the whole first. I did half.
You could just skip.
I got to like Christmas, and they found out I could read, so they made me read the teacher's guide.
Right.
So and I was bad too. So it was like my mother teacher, so she was like, they said we gonna put your mother we gonna call your mother if you don't read the teacher's guide. They said if we gonna call and ask her, can you read it?
Right.
And then if you read it properly, we gonna promote you to the 2nd grade. So they got like 3 teachers.
I wish I'd have had that.
And they
shit.
put my ass on the spot, and they made me read the teacher's guide. Like they had the shit in their hand, and I had to like look on the book and like read it. And I read that shit straight through because my mother taught me how to read a little early, whatever. Right. And then I did like right after Christmas, like when the school year, like you know when you come back from winter break, I went to 2nd grade, and I was in 2nd grade from like January to the end of the school year. Then my cousin, he going from 2nd to 3rd, so all them go to the next wing.
Right.
And then I tell my mother like, hey man, I'm about to go to that next, you know, to the.
She ain't want.
She like, nah, the hell you not. You gonna be back in the 2nd grade again.
Look, I failed because my mother was in the army, right? She I was living in Germany for a little while, so my first language, like,
wow,
that's crazy. That's like you a real movie star, nigga.
My first language was German for real, so I moved over here, and I couldn't speak English. Like my cousins talk about me all the time. Like, speak German.
I do not know the guy who this podcast.
I never speak German no more, but that used to be my first language, so they held me back, and I was bad because I couldn't really understand.
Fake ass Kobe story.
So niggas failed me like, yo, I can't speak English, and then I had to do another year.
First grade.
Damn,
yo, you know that's the most, like, first grade, the most impactful year of your life, yo, in school.
That shit was impactful.
Said I lived in
Set
Germany.
my black ass
I
down.
ain't know that. Yo,
Set my black ass straight
down. Damn, yo. So you like Idris Elba and them niggas,
like you know funny as shit.
Yeah,
I can't say none of that shit.
What's the other nigga that's on Snowfall?
My man, his last name Idris too.
Yeah, I know your first name. It's coming.
His last name Idris, though. I know you talking about.
I think it's
TV. Though,
I think it's crazy.
I know what Snowfall is. I don't know who y'all talking about.
You know the main nigga, Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. So I think it's crazy that like they always pick like the hardest like you know Stringer was hard. He was dope as shit because he was smart, but he was smart, but he was in the street. So the nigga was going to college part time,
right?
But he was like number 2 man. You know what I'm saying? And then Franklin was smart as shit too. But these niggas didn't really speak English. They had to be taught. Like, if you listen to Franklin, when he talk.
He nice, though, with it, though.
He talk slow as shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go back and listen to him.
You ever watch All American?
Somebody just put me down
from over there, too.
Right.
Them niggas is nice with it.
Yeah. I just was thinking about that for you. Like, I'm thinking, like, it's natural because you've been you've been around Baltimore. So it's different for you. You don't got to learn how to talk it. You born and know. When you came here, it's like niggas just set you here for that.
I just can't believe that,
yo. I'm fucked up right now, yo.
He said something earlier, and I'm like, yo.
What, you thought that shit
never
was
knew this. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, you just. introducing some new shit that I never knew about you.
Got a whole
What else, yo?
life,
What else you did?
Shit, yo. You know the first black astronaut?
Yeah, that's you.
No, that wasn't.
Oh, you and your Soldier Boy shit.
Yeah, Soldier Boy.
I was the first to do this.
No.
I was the first actor to come from Germany.
No, though, yo. But we definitely appreciate you coming through, yo. You got any more questions for my man, yo?
Nah, I mean. I just wanted to say this episode 57 though. We
say
definitely say that.
Yeah, I forgot. Yo, we always plug. All right, whatever episode it is, we always relate it to like a sports figure. Or something.
Okay.
So
at the time, but
57 is Mosby, right? Mosley.
Oh yeah, CJ Mosley wore 57.
Yeah,
Bart Scott wore 57.
Yeah, man.
So we can go either one.
Baltimore linebackers though, man.
You got something that stick out with number 57? No.
57. It just remind me of football number, linebacker number. You know what I mean?
All right. Ain't no basketball. I don't think no basketball. I don't know no football.
You never know these basketball players now. They have some dumbass numbers.
Different. Hell yeah. But yo, plug your social medias and all that.
My Instagram is